Friday, August 16th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. I'm meteorologist Matthew East here with you for much of the Piedmont and foothills, mountains of North Carolina. Just a delightful weather day yesterday on Thursday the 15th. Today, the weather changes beginning to occur. But let's look back at those numbers from yesterday. 75 the high in Greensboro, 76 degrees in Charlotte and Raleigh. You had very low levels of humidity as well. Now, it was a pretty wet day along the coast. I'll show you more on that in just a moment. Currently, 58 degrees in Greensboro. It's 62 in Charlotte, 61 in Raleigh, 49 up in Boone. Dew point temperatures still quite low once you get to the Interstate 95 corridor and points north and west, especially back toward I-85 and points north and west from there. Really a delightful mid-August air mass. Now, again, yesterday, places like Raleigh, Greensboro, Charlotte, the foothills, the mountains, all were dry, but there was a lot of rain off to the south of us. Those are 24-hour rain amounts. Pretty big numbers down that way in parts of central and southern Georgia, eastern South Carolina, and eastern most parts of North Carolina. And the result was some flooding that was occurring around parts of the low country of South Carolina. Had a lot of issues, especially right around Charleston. And pretty rough go of it with some of that flooding, a lot of street flooding and roadway flooding yesterday. Now let's check the radar at the moment as I'm cutting this video, 5 o'clock hour. Very quiet across most of North Carolina, a few showers near Wilmington, but building area of rain in Georgia and South Carolina lifting to the northeast, and that is a sign of things to come as we head into the upcoming weekend. Temperatures across the eastern United States very cool for this time of year until you get down into South Georgia and Florida. Really a nice mid-August setup. Mountain temperatures, a lot of 50s up that way, even a good number of 40s there in northwestern North Carolina, the mountains there. Banner Elk and Seven Devils at 47. Again, at the time I'm cutting this video. So here's the setup today. Frontal boundary off to the south of us, but we're going to begin to now see a lot of moisture getting lifted up and over this layer of cool air that we have in place, and the result is going to be kind of a rainy setup for us here as we go into the upcoming weekend. So that's kind of the setup for us. Now, again, yesterday we had a very quiet weather setup across our region, but now the rain chances develop again. I still don't think the RPM is doing a great job handling the rain areas. There'll be some rain push in today, and then kind of a rainy setup for us tonight and into tomorrow as well, as this moisture continues to get lifted up and over this layer of cool air that we have in place. GFS and the European, for that matter, cranking out some pretty good rain totals around the region through the weekend. Flooding, probably not a huge, widespread problem, but I can't rule out, especially some of the type of flooding involving ponding of water on roadways and something like that. And temperatures really held in check. Probably 60s for a lot of Piedmont and foothill locations for highs Saturday, slightly warmer on Sunday. And then we get back into more typical August weather, hotter and humider, I guess you could say, with some afternoon storm chances returning next work week. All right, in the tropics, watching this disturbance near the Yucatan, it is very, very sickly looking this morning. It'll head off to the west-northwest, probably eventually moving inland on the western Gulf Coast. It's when it gets over the Gulf of Mexico that it has some chance of becoming a classified system. And then over the eastern Atlantic Ocean, we have Erin, west of the Cape Verde Islands, and Erin moving to the west-northwest at 16 miles per hour. There's the Hurricane Center forecast for Erin. And it looks like this is going to wind up being a fish storm. I'll show you the computer model guidance here, and the model's pretty good agreement here that it's going to curve to the north even before reaching Bermuda. So Erin probably not a long-term threat to the U.S. All right, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Have a great weekend, and God bless.